Now, he is a 22-year veteran of the FBI and also a licensed private investigator, security consultant, and personal protection officer. And he's been following this case closely along with all of us and you at home. Dennis, good to see you. I'd like to start with today's training event, as they're calling it, in the reserve. It's raising some eyebrows. Have you ever seen anything like this when there is an active manhunt for a fugitive underway?
I do find it interesting, but not necessarily unusual. It could be that there's scheduled training for these units, and why not use their resources to incorporate into the search itself. It does look unusual, but I wouldn't, say that it's entirely unusual. When you have a lot of resources devoted to something, and there's got to be a lot of expenditure of resources in this, it would not be unusual to incorporate training at the same time.
Could be a lot of lessons to learn. What are your theories at this point about the reserve and whatever it is that keeps drawing them back there with laser focus?
Yeah, I have to think that they're onto something. I have to think they're not relying on just information that he might be there. There has to be some kind of information that they're getting, forensic information, some kind of signature, physical signature that, or human intelligence that tends to point them in that direction, because they are expending a lot of resources in that area. I have to think that there has to be something that we don't know that they're relying on to continue their efforts, their search in that area.
And I'm curious, with such a large investigation spanning multiple states, really, who takes the lead on something like this, and how is it coordinated with local police, sheriff's deputies, and other law enforcement agencies? Who's in charge?
Well, essentially the FBI is in charge because it was a crime on a federal reservation. And it's not unusual for the FBI to stand up command posts, command centers throughout the country and staff those. And it involves, local and state organizations too. So it's not unusual that these command posts would be operating on a continuous basis through whatever, obviously Florida, obviously, in the areas where it occurred, and other states where there might be leads coming in. Obviously, the Appalachian Mountains were an area of interest. I'm sure that the Charlotte Division has command posts going at the same time. It's really an all-out effort. The FBI is very good at crisis management, and there are personnel who are trained to manage these. There are analysts who come in and compile the information and send it out. There's really no lead that's unturned.
Quite an undertaking in an investigation this size. Northport Police, though, have been involved since the very beginning, Dennis, as you know, and they have said that they don't know how Brian Laundrie was able to get away and essentially escape in those very early days when they were watching him. Do you think that there have been some missteps so far, and what stands out to you about the strategy right now?
It's hard to second guess. Should there have been a full court press on watching the place at the beginning? Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Maybe he slipped out. I have to think, though, that he's getting some kind of help. For him to survive this long, if he is still alive, and probably chances are he is, he's getting some kind of help. It'd be very, very difficult to be able to survive for this period of time, especially in the wilderness, without some kind of help. Chances are he could be holding up somewhere in somebody's home, some other facility. I just think that it would be almost impossible to go this far without some kind of help.
What do you make of the Laundrie parents' behavior, and do you think they hold some critical information?
That's just, as a parent, you always want to protect your child. And there's been a lot of, information about what they have and haven't done, and including the sister. They obviously know things that they're not going to reveal. They hired this attorney, and which they have a right to do. And this attorney is not, is providing a certain amount of information, but it's there's got to be something they know that they're not disclosing. And how do you get to that? I don't know. You always want to enlist as much cooperation as possible. If they don't know something, maybe they know somebody who knows them, has some information. You're always trying to get as much information from people as possible. I always like the idea of going back to those involved and talking to them as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think they will try to do. If they're successful or not, I don't know. But the more you can talk to somebody, the more potential you can find out something.
Real quickly before I let you go, Dennis, the autopsy results came out this week, as you know, the cause of death, strangulation, throttling. Do you anticipate that a murder charge will be imminent?
I don't know if it's imminent, because I don't think there's really necessary to charge him at this point. Because once you initiate the court proceedings, there's certain revelations you have to make in the court documents. And I think that the FBI and other agencies are holding, probably facts they know close to the vest, which I think is probably a good idea at this point. So I don't see the imminent as far as any murder charges. I think there's probably sufficient probable cause to do that at this point. But I don't see any reason to go ahead. There's the federal, charge already for misuse of a credit card or a debit card. And that's all that's needed at this point, because once you get that ball rolling with, a murder charge, then there's certain revelations that have to be made, certain discovery proceedings and so forth. Mm. And I just don't see the need for that at this point.
Well, there is a plan underway. We just aren't privy to the strategy. But Dennis Franks, we appreciate your insight. You're closer to knowing with your experience in the FBI than most of us. Thank you.